Hello and welcome to episode number 16 of our 2.11 Black Sun campaign. In this episode, we're going to focus on taking on Bespin, Hoth, and Alien and secure the rest of these rebel worlds in the southwestern part of the galaxy. On Ordibana, which is the last planet that we took in the last episode, we can finally get ourselves 2 Tibanna gas refineries. That is 2 plus 2 that we currently have over Zar. We only have 4 Tibanna gas refineries, and we have an income over 16,500 credits a week, which is pretty insane because normally you get a lot of credits from Tibanna gas mines, and we only have 2 of them right now. We are getting attacked on Rishi by, that same force that attacked Bothwy, so it looks like they're going to try and expand out, which is not surprising. This force still only has 12 hammerheads and 32 Braha'toks gunships. So this force is still only comprised of a level 1 space station and what it can make. They're easily going to be able to take this space station, but we should be able to drop by with our defensive fleets. And I think I'm going to add actually our Looser Hulk, which should be pretty good at taking on this Braha'toks force. So that'll be an easy battle. It could, we could have some casualties in it, but I don't think, like I said, it'll be a difficult battle necessarily. So let's go and push our fleet over to Ukio. I believe our Looser Hulk is being built over Nalhutta. Yeah, it's at 87%. That's pretty good. We can move you over here to see if we can maybe buy some more technology. But it's about time that I finally built up some Gangster Rocketeer platoons, because y'all have been telling me that the Fire Incinerator rockets, which fires incinerator rockets that set vehicles and structures on fire, causing damage over time, is a pretty good ability now that we have stolen the technology for it. So we'll go ahead and give them a try, like I said. And we got a few other credits. I feel like there was something else that I wanted to do. We've got a mercenary already going. Perfect. Are you here? No, you're not. All right, we'll go ahead and save up the rest of the credits. And our main attack force, which is currently over Ordibana, y'all can group up with my force that's over Eridu. Let me get some more N1 starfighters because we lost a lot of those. Do we have we have a space station being built here. Our ground forces on there. Let's go ahead and put you up front. And we'll go ahead and continue on to our push towards Alien and securing these 3 rebel planets. We're still losing more and more credits. I'm assuming that they're stealing credits on Obadiah as well, which is unfortunate, but not something that we can really do anything about. I need to get a Black Sun Palace up here in the north somewhere. I don't know why that's built right there. Probably some mission. We can sell that. But it doesn't look like there is... Okay, we can actually build a Black Sun Palace on Obadiah, which is actually kind of perfect. In the meantime, we're still waiting 30 more seconds before that is ready to go. We can push our ground force over to Alien as well. And we'll start off this battle with Alien. I want to do that defensive battle because that'll be really interesting, but it might be a little while. Because it'll be 30 seconds and then we'll have to wait for those... for the Looser Hulk to pop up. But in the meantime, we have the space battle over Alien. Alien is completely covered with deserts, very similar to Tatooine. However, the search for minerals was far more successful here than on the latter, allowing for numerous mining associations to gain a foothold. Because of its isolated location in the Anahuac sector, the Empire has sent probe droids here to search for the new hidden rebel base after the Battle of Yavin. Which is evident if you actually play the Empire, you'll get a mission to send probe droids. If you're new to Awakening Rebellion, and if you've never really played this mod before, they have really, really cool storylines. Now, obviously at the beginning of this campaign, we had a short storyline for the Black Sun. That storyline is not representative of how the other storylines are. The other storylines are fully fleshed out and are very, very fun to play. But sadly, the Black Sun is a new faction that has a storyline, so they're still perfecting that storyline. In this battle, we have access to our refit Requisants for the first time, which are going to be really, really good at flanking and close-range battles. So I might not be able to use them in this battle for that role, so we'll see how that goes. Do we have any other new units? We have hard cells once again. They're pretty good, but I don't think they're going to be too ideal in this battle. We're going to get a couple of Requisants in here. They don't have a whole lot of stuff over there. Uh-oh, what's hitting us up here? I don't know. Let's get the Requisants pushing forward. What's good about the Providences is they're cheap. They're only 10,000 credits. For a capital ship, that's pretty cheap. But they're also very tanky. Look at that. 10,000 credits for 14,000 heavy armor and 14,000 shields is actually really, really impressive. They also get the defensive shield ability, which is really, really good. But as we said in a previous episode, that ability is most used by the Hut Cartel, which is not the hero that we're currently teched into. So it might be a little while before we get that ability, but honestly, that is a really, really worth ability to provide for our Providences. So we might actually get that ability a little sooner then. Look at how fragile those Requisants are. One bombing run was able to take out a single hard point. That's what I meant by they're very, very fragile. But what's good is these guys have 4,000 hull and 7,000 shields. These guys have 7,000 shields with 6,000 hull and it's heavy armor, which is a major, major deal. Let's say they got some smaller vessels. I might bring some Longhorns in back here, and then maybe like an acclimator. Don't underestimate acclimators, because remember they still have their assault missiles, which are really, really good. So we're gonna bring in a couple of them, a couple of these guys over here in the back. And then maybe a hard assault transport right there. And then let's get maybe like a trireme or two. Triremes aren't the best anti-fighter units. I'm not a huge fan of their mass drivers. But what they are good at is they're cheap. They're only like 1,000 credits, which is pretty cheap for a unit. So gotta use what you have, you know. Y'all know how it is. Our Longhorns are shelling this MC-30, but MC-30s, what kind of armor do you have? They have light armor, so yeah, they don't have a lot of health, but they're actually taking pretty hard. Ooh, I'm going to lose this Longhorn, aren't I? Yes, I am. They got a lot of fighters and elite bombers coming in right here. Let me get... probably just go with some aggressor fighters. Counteract their fighters with our fighters. The triremes are just kind of struggling against anything that's fast. But the aggressors, I love the aggressors' weapon systems. They've got those, like, yeah, the heavy ion blasters. Pretty cool. Looks like the AAF actually got destroyed. I'm going to turn our Dreadnought, see if we can do something. Let's go and see if we can get that Providence to turn around and this one to push forward. They've got a lot of pirate fighters coming in out of nowhere for some reason. I don't know where all these pirate fighters came from. They even got some freefall bombers I'm kind of scared of. Let's get these Z95s and these R41s to focus those freefalls down. Just like that, they're already destroyed. Perfect. Ooh, we have piracy on this planet, so we're actually getting a lot of credits for destroying things. Y'all were definitely right in those comments, talking about how much money you can make off of piracy. So it seems like when you're corrupting, that racketeering is a really, really good one to use for when you're going to corrupt a planet that's very, very far away from where your attacks are happening. But then if you're about to attack a planet, you should probably go with piracy, especially if the enemy has a lot of units on that planet. If they have a bunch of space stations and a bunch of defending units, you can make upwards of 10 to 20,000 credits from a single battle, which is very, very impressive. Can you push forward and you push forward? So what kind of weapon systems do you have? They have 4 heavy large proton torpedoes, which are destroyable hardpoints. And they also have 6 medium close range turbo lasers, 4 heavy close range 2-burst turbo lasers. So just like their refit counterparts, they are more geared towards close range battles. Maybe not to the same degree as their actual refit counterparts, but they definitely are better in close range. And if you actually look at their range, their ideal range is 1750, which means that they are going to try to get close to the enemy. So keep that in mind. When you're using a capital ship, or any ship for that matter, you do want to make sure that you know what their range is and whether or not they're going to attack the enemy or kind of stay at range. Because we all know how many times, you know, you click on an enemy and then suddenly they're just rushing right at them. You're like, what are you doing? You're about to suicide in. And they inevitably die. So just kind of pay attention to the ranges. Alright, let's get these powwows to be my group 1. Have them focus that down. What is this? Oh, just an M1. Send the aggressors over there. I'll light them up. I got a GR75 right there as well. So what does this target lock ability do? Locks the target computer on the current target, increases range and accuracy of all laser weapons. That's pretty cool. Look at that, 5 credits per Z9. We got 1,500 credits for killing a GR75. That is crazy. How are we doing over here? Y'all, ah, crap, about to lose that Recusant. Probably shouldn't have sent him in before the capital ships got there and cleaned everything out. That's okay. Recusants are fairly replaceable. They're not, like, super expensive. See, like, that's what I meant. How they just like to run in. So, yeah, Providences are really good, but once we get the defensive shield ability, they're going to become even better, which is just what you want out of a unit. Can I get, like, these guys and these guys and these guys to push forward? We're actually taking a long time to destroy this. I figured it would go down a little easier than that. Maybe it is just worth it to bring in like a Munificent. See if I can speed up that along. I was hoping to destroy this so I could bring my units in closer, but I don't think that happened. We can speed this up, obviously. Alright, Providence. Be smarter than that. Let's not die. Alright, just like that, it has been destroyed, which is good. I can get every unit that we have on the battlefield right now to go up to the hull of this thing. Can I get my... where are my Longhorns at? Ah, they're retreating. I was going to get the Longhorns to kill off that Marauder, but there they go. So the first battle, the Battle of Alien, is a success. We only lost that one Recusant, which is a pretty good job overall. Especially since I didn't really need to lose that unit. That is a very silent explosion. We lost the N1 as well. Yeah, we did lose that Longhorn. And that's a shame. Somehow we have not lost any of my CR95s, which is very impressive to me. Usually there's something that gets destroyed pretty quickly. Like I said, the Empire is taking up once more. I find that so funny that Utapau can build those ship traders. Over here we did build 2 more of these as well as we're building 2 more of them. Let's go ahead and start working on 2 refit Providences, which once again are only 13,000 credits, which is pretty cheap overall. We could get the defensive enhancements ability, which wouldn't be bad. That'll also provide the blockade run ability and the brace for impact ability, as well as maybe some other stuff. I'm going to continue on with the 2 Providences though. We can eliminate him. And let's go ahead and do the ground battle of Alien. Alright, we're building some more M1s, which is good. Sullust could be a decent planet to start working on ship traders, especially since I don't have any ship traders in this area. Let's go ahead and spread some corruption over to Bespin. And I guess we can do this ground battle. They got a little bit of infantry, as well as a level 2 Alliance headquarters. So it's probably going to be best if maybe we try and use some droidicas, probably? Ooh, I kind of wish I had my rocket units. We'll have those rocket units for the Battle of Hoth, probably, as well as the Battle of Bespin. No planetary bonus is what it says on Alien. I think they actually do provide a bonus, it's just not telling us. Let's get these droidicas to push up here. And I might just bypass all this stuff on the left and go straight for their base. Because they've got a lot of Twi'leks over here. and they'll probably have like a bunker turret. They might have a bunker turret here, but hopefully we can get to it and destroy it pretty quickly. I also don't have any AT-APs, which we need to remedy. Let's just go with the old Droideka AAT strategy.
Heading out. Order acknowledged.
We get 1 unit of Mark II Droidekas.
Heading out. Order acknowledged.
So Droidekas and Mark II Droidekas are actually perfect to use in contingency or whatever. I don't know why I said that. And like together. They're really good to use together because most likely, as you can see, it's just how it is. The Droidekas are moving faster than the Mark IIs. So by the time the lesser, if you want to call them that, the lesser Droidekas get up there and kind of quickly get up there, pop their shields to where they're not dying, the other Droidekas are also getting up there, the Mark IIs, and they'll have the higher damage output. So it's a pretty decent strategy to kind of use those together. Looks like the actual battle is taking place right here, so let's get our AATs pushed up just a little bit. Let's see if maybe we can push these backside Droidekas up just a little bit as well. Let me get a sensor range, and then what do we need? I wish we had some sort of like artillery, like not necessarily like an AT-AP, but something like a mortar unit, kind of like a SPAT, like the SPAT unit that the Empire has, or even the Rebel artillery would be pretty good. They have a lot of infantry, a lot of it. You know what? It might just be worth just to bring in some more Mark IIs. Yeah, let's go with more Mark IIs. Something that can take on infantry as well as vehicles, as well as not die, is just kind of what we're looking for. How good are the Mark IIs at killing infantry? These are some elite infantry, but they're not... Well, they're doing alright. Looks like they're going to have to do a lot of damage to them. Okay, they got some more infantry coming in. Let's just... Oh, no, I ran out of Droidekas. Oh, no, they're right there. I might just bring in some more regular Droidekas. Holy cow, they have a lot of stuff here. Ooh, that could be a problem. Yeah, we need some artillery units. Let me get all my ATs over here to start shooting at that thing. All y'all overcharge as well. What is hitting you up here? Kill that. Oh, and he missed. The AAT army. Gotta love the cinematic cam. I haven't really let the cinematic cam just kind of run on its own. Maybe the cinematic cam doesn't like ground battles that much. Morph through that AAT. Alright, let's get these other reinforcements up here. Looks like old homeboy right here got hit by a ion. I need something that can deal some damage. How good are the Gaian speeders? Well, we're about to find out. The Gaian speeders should be, or I think they're actually pronounced GN. The GN speeders should be pretty versatile against both infantry and vehicles. Well, it's kind of hard to tell. Now it looks like if their actual shot hits them, they do some decent damage. Alright, let's get you guys to push forward. Actually, I might just sit them where they're at right now. They're doing pretty good. Nah, let's go and push them forward. All units push forward. Let's get these guys to push forward. Hopefully they can get their shields quickly. There we go, perfect. Alright, AATs, y'all have one job, is to kill these stupid turrets. Alright, that one's dead. Let's go after these other ones. Alright, that one's down. Now we can finish it off with that one. Geon, that's how you pronounce them. Geon speeders, that's right. I thought they had a Geon speeder. I was like, what? I mean, what are you doing up here? Alright, AATs, y'all focus on this supply depot. The Rebels are a really strong faction now that you can build supply depots and rebel camps on the same planet. Their income. I'm happy that they did that overall. I do kind of wish that they maybe, if it is too overpowered, right, what they should do is not go back to the old mechanic, but rather they should simply reduce the amount of money that you make off of them. Because not having both of them on the same planet makes it very difficult to figure out where you want to have your money, and it just makes the rebels harder to play. Not like difficulty or skill wise, just I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know how to say this, but like inconvenience wise, they're just kind of an inconvenient faction to play with how they were for a little while there. Let's get some regular Droidekas. Taking a lot of... Oh yeah, here we go. Bombing run that. We do have some freefall bombers coming in, it looks like. Not sure what's bringing in those freefall bombers. I can't remember if I maybe put a freefall bomber in space, which is what I should have done. Or what's going on with that. So yeah, they do have a flat gun right there. Flat guns are absolutely devastating to your fighters, so make sure that you're very careful of those. Man, those freefall bombers are really good for bombing runs. Probably the best bombing run unit I've ever seen. Droidekas are so good because they even have a speed up ability, which we've talked about multiple times, but here you're seeing it used in combat. Look at that. Droidekas might be one of the best units in the entire game. Barely lost anything, and we killed a lot of elite units as well. So they just had a lot of units. That level 2 rebel camp, as well as the light vehicle factory, pretty good combination. Okay, Alien has been taken. We can go and build our typical units there. We might actually get a Black Sun Palace here as well. Yeah, let's do that. Put a Black Sun Palace here, why not? And in the meantime, they are building the Death Star. That is terrifying. That is just not what you want to see. Oh, brother. Alright, so that's okay. That's okay. They'll probably cancel it anyways. If you know anything about the AI, they like to build stuff and then cancel it. That's why we've only seen like one Bellator. I'm assuming they have another Bellator somewhere, but most likely they only have like one or two. Okay, they still haven't taken Rishi on the ground, probably because of the same reason why they took so long to build such a weak force, just because they only have like so much stuff that they can build on these 3 planets. But on Ukiyo, we are waiting for our Looser Hulk, and then we'll do the battle over Rishi. They're actually removing my corruption on Endo. How dare they? Alright, recorrupt that. What else are we looking for? I'm waiting for some corruption to hit on Bespin. I'm not sure why it's taking that so long. But here's the ground battle of Rishi. What is that? They have Mindanese freedom fighters? I thought those were... I don't know. Maybe those are rebels. That makes sense, actually. We managed to kill off one elite soldier. That's pretty good. So they did take Rishi from us. We need to make sure that we do this attack before they build a space station there. They did cancel the Death Star, however they replaced it with an Executor. That is just as terrifying. Okay, oh, here it is. Oh wow, look at that. So I sent a corruption unit over to Bespin. So instead of going to Ordibana to that planet to Bespin, they took the massive hyperspace routes from Solist all the way around just because that's faster. That is so funny. We've got the ground or the space battle over Hoth here. They do have an ion cannon and a few units, but I'd love to have these guys for that battle, but I'm not sure they're going to be there in time. Uh-oh, they took a planet from us. Let's get piracy there. We're going to auto-resolve this battle over here. It's just Lieutenant Page. Nothing special. He's really not anything special, to be honest. He's got like some healing guys. He's useful, but nothing special. Probably want some more Droidekas since we just lost some. We also do need to build some of these IG-86 units. Let's get 5 of them. Obviously, even if I don't want to use them, I still want to test them. That's what we're all about on this channel, is testing units, seeing how good they are. Well, that's a wasted unit. Goodbye. Make sure we get a space station going over Alien. And then we'll just retake Mustafar. Oh my gosh, Mustafar is the planet that they keep taking from us. I still haven't gotten like a ground freaking base here. Let's sit here for a little while and wait for that to get built. That should be the Looser Hulk right there. Nope, maybe that is? Nope. Oh yeah, that was him. Okay, let's make sure that we have a fleet lead over Ukyo, and then we'll do the space battle over Rishi. Okay, they shouldn't have a space station built here yet, so this should be a huge battle of a bunch of Braha'toks, which means our Corvettes and our Coronas and all sorts of different units are going to be really important for this battle. Also, this is the first time we've had a Looser Hulk. So what's really good is he actually provides a 15% Admiral combat bonus for all ships. That is really, really good. Instead of these copying to a Looser Hulk. So this guy cannot participate in ground battles. Okay, that's interesting. But he's powerful enough to act as an anchor of fleets. Yeah. He also has 5 Vulture squadrons with 20 in reserve, 3 Tri-Fighter squadrons with 12 in reserve, 2 Hyena squadrons with 8 in reserve, and 2 Aggressor assault fighters. He also has the sensor ping ability, which is pretty good. I hate the sensor ping in this freaking mod. It's so terrible. I've complained about it. I'll admit, I very rarely complain about things. I usually will go into the Discord and be like, hey, I think this could take a look at. All due respect, I love your mod. Nah, I complain about that. I think so bad. What's the point of having a sensor ping ability if it doesn't even let you see the whole map? Not even the whole map, like anywhere on the map. I'm okay with the distance that it allows you to see, but I just want to be able to use that ability anywhere on the map. But that's enough complaining for now. For now. Let's bring in... They have 6 point defense lasers and 4 laser cannons. I guess we'll bring in the 2 Captors. What's up with the sun on this planet? It's like rising. It's turning all my ships yellow. Nice. Let's do a Corona and a Corona. And this is probably a decent battle to use these guys. What do you have? Nothing great. So I guess we'll bring in the LTs. And I don't even know what else to bring in. We don't really have a whole lot of Corvettes for this fleet. I mean, we could always just bring in the Venators just with the knowledge that they're not going to die because there's nothing that can even really hurt these guys. I guess we can do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Once again, bringing them in just because they're not going to die. They're not going to overwhelm me that devastatingly in this battle. Look at that. Our first Looser Hulk battleship. Looks like they brought her forward, but they're not really doing anything else. Alright, Group 1. As well as all you guys. Give me you guys as my Group 2, and then you guys can also join Group 2 and Group 1. Go ahead and push up on this thing. Uh-oh, there's their Corvettes. Okay, they got some CR-90s and a lot of hammerheads. Gotta remember that. Maybe it actually would be decent to bring you in. Light turbo ion cannons. Why not? We'll bring in one of them. I don't think that we necessarily need the additional fighters. I probably shouldn't have done what I did with my fighters, but I would like to kill her if I can. Because the fighters would be useful against the Braha'toks, but if I... Oh my goodness. Well, that's a few Braha'toks. But if we manage to kill her off, I'll actually feel pretty good about that. Well, all of Group 1 has been destroyed. What's really nice is, guess what? We've got 4 more of those. And he also comes with a supplement drop ability, which is going to be pretty useful as well. She's almost dead, which is nice. But it looks like their fleet might be hovering around her, which is typical. Alright, everybody protect. Actually, we might be able to take out Han Solo. He's not the most tanky unit in the game. He obviously has the invulnerability ability, but that'll wear off after a while. If I can sneak like one more bomber squad through, it'll probably be enough to take her out. But I'm not 100% sure that we're going to be able to do that. Here comes the onslaught of Braha'toks. Look at them all. Just like a few Longhorns and a few CR90s, CR95s and such would just tear these units up. They're actually doing some decent damage to our shields, but we have 45,000 more whole armor to go through. Looks like all of my units are fine. My LTs are taking some damage, but that's fine. I don't even like those things. Those things are terrible. AKA, I do not care if they die. Hopefully we can continue to produce some more fighters to help counteract their guys. It's kind of hard to tell if we've really even done that much damage to the enemy. Nice, we managed to kill off that hammerhead. This hammerhead's taking a lot of damage. So there's a big difference between a good force of nothing but fighters and bombers and then kind of what the AI's done in this battle and just brought in a ton of Braha'toks. Obviously, if you can look at this fleet, outside of the Coronas and the amount of fighters that we have from all the hangar bays, this fleet is pretty vulnerable to elite fighters and bombers, which is exactly what we use to kill off the Bellator. However, if you can't, like, they don't have any bombers. That's the real big problem, is they don't have any bombers. So they're not going to be able to really pierce through our shields. Now, they have so many Braha'toks that they actually did manage to almost take out the shields of my... Oh, we lost the Geno's mercenary. That's sad. And nobody cares about that. XX777. But yeah, wow, we only killed 4 Braha'tok units. Alright, we need to put up some Corvettes, because we did not have enough Corvettes in that fleet. I thought I had more, is why I was comfortable with doing that battle. Let me get a couple of triremes. Let me get a couple of Longhorns. And then we'll rebuild him. And then let me get, I guess, some more triremes. Triremes are actually good at killing Braha'toks just because of how slow they are. I guess that'll be enough for right now. And I do want to retake Rishi. I have enough ground units probably to take Rishi. We need to redo the corruption on that planet. I've got 3 of these guys. We'll go ahead and bring them up. It'll be a while before they get there, so they might only be ready for the Battle of Bespin, which isn't necessarily a surprise. Also, I'm having trouble bringing them forward, which is very frustrating. I hate how that happens. And we're broke. And I brought my ground units forward before I brought my space units. I'm going to cut this out, and then we'll come back in the space battle of Hoth. Here we are with the space battle of Hoth, not the ground battle of Hoth. We got the CR95 back in the fleet lead. We do need to get that ability because it will allow us to have run blockade as well as the shield ability for our provinces. But the run blockade ability is not terrible, especially since we still have a pretty big hole in the Black Sun Navy when it comes to having corvettes that are like that perform the hunter role and like anti-frigates. Like, we have Longhorns and CR95s, but that's about it. Which, excuse me, holy cow. Which means that CR95s are performing our hunter role right now. Which further means that... Seriously? You ran into that freaking asteroid. Which further means that when they do have, like, marauders just sitting in the back, shelling our units, I'm having to send my CR95s through the enemy fleets, which would be perfect if we had the ability to use that run blockade ability. They can use that, hit that run blockade ability, they get increased speed and increased defensive attributes, and they can push through the enemy fleet behind the marauders and kill off the marauders. Or you can do my preferred way, which is find a better unit that can perform that role, which could be the refit Recusants if I can manage to bring them in behind the enemy lines. Okay, what do they have? A lot of corvettes, a lot of fighters. That's fine with me. Let's get a acclimator. And let's get a set of Longhorns. Let's get a couple more CR95s. And then we'll bring in 1 Recusants and then a bunch of fighters. Which we still are also looking for elite fighters, because I've got N1 star fighters and I got the aggressors, but I'm looking for more, as I've said previously, something more permanent, like a unit that can build more than one of. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. They do have that ion cannon. We got to be very careful of that. I need my reinforcement fleet to push up. I do need you to eventually get up to do something with your life. Okay, longhorns, that's perfect. Don't go anywhere farther than that. The moment y'all do stupid stuff, that's when I get frustrated. Alright, good job. I might lose this Providence because I forgot about the ground planetary turbo laser they have. Alright, CR-95, y'all can push up just right there, that's fine. Where is our other CR-95? Yeah, you get up here, please. Thank you. You're pretty good to sit still. I'm gonna keep pushing my longhorns up for now. Until they get, yeah, right in the range of this guy. They're in range. They're turning their ships to hopefully, yep, there's their weapons. Boost your firepower. Oh crap, what are you shooting at now, ion cannon? I think for some reason right now, maybe because of the fairly new updates in 2.11, the ion cannon and I believe the hypervelocity gun, all of them kind of have like a delayed sound. I'm not sure why it says ion cannon firing way before it starts firing. So I don't know if that's something wrong right now or if I'm just tripping. You know what? You do that. You just run away. I did lose the Providence. That is very sad. I mostly blame you, because if you didn't lose your shields and your engines, I would have pushed him up with him. And then it just took a while for my support fleet, once I decided what I wanted to build, to get up there. I love the Magnator because it never dies, but I keep bringing it into battles. That's probably not the best battle to bring him in. Oh, too bad our Providence broke in half. Isn't that significant in Star Wars? Let's get some more units in here. No reason not to. Let's get a couple of Amshacks just because I said so. Let's get some interceptors just because I said so. And then that's it. Amshacks, do that. Interceptors, push forward. Stop it. Look at how much shields this Magnator has. That ion cannon didn't even pierce it. Yeah, I'd love to see it. I wish we could kill the engines on these AAFs because they just run and run and run some more, and then we never get to kill them. I do need some more regular acclimators. I lost my only one I had. Well, that's sad. Good thing the Longhorns and the CR-90s are just ripping this thing to shreds. Hey, the whatever these guys have, the heavy dual laser cannons, they may not do a lot of damage, but at least they're never going to miss any of their shots. So sometimes accuracy is better than damage. This is going to be a very weird reference, but on my channel I have one Bannerlord 2 video, and it talks about banners, which you can apply to your fleet, or apply to your army. Basically, the analogy would be, those banners, you're going to have two different types of banners. For example, one banner could be increased damage by your archers, or the other banner could be increased accuracy by your archers. And what you want to do, which is the same thing for that we were talking about when it comes to these CM95s, a lot of the time, the majority of the time, especially if you're like me, you're going to want the increased accuracy, because more hits means more damage. But more hits obviously does mean more damage. However, if you're never hitting the enemy, that damage outcome, the more damage, doesn't mean anything. So it's typically more important to have more damage than it is to have more... I confused myself. It's better to have more accuracy to provide you more damage rather than just strictly more damage. That doesn't necessarily apply too much to this game, but sometimes maybe if you're like, okay, do I want to bring in a Longhorn, or do I want to bring in a CR-95 to hit something like a CR-90? These guys will hit the majority of their shots, especially since they have the same weapon systems. But say you're talking about like something with a turbo laser versus a CR-90, the turbo lasers might miss a certain amount of their shots. Yes, they'll do more damage if those turbo lasers hit, but the laser cannons will hit more often, which then obviously it becomes, you know, a numbers game. How often are they hitting? How often are they missing? How much more damage are you doing versus not doing, but there's your science lesson of the day. We did lose that Sailor 95 at the end there. I should have brought some hard cell transports. I was just kind of being lazy, and I was also explaining something that had nothing to do with this game. Kind of. It does have something to do with this game. It's just kind of complicated.
At your command.
Okay, we do have the massive battle over Hoth. However, we're going to attack
At your command.
Bespin first, because when I retreated my ground forces, they did retreat over to Animat. So, space battle over Bespin. We will unlock a second or a third planet now that will allow us to have Tibanna gas mines, which is very exciting. Bespin is a large gas giant that has no land masses, but its upper atmosphere of billowing clouds hosts an envelope of breathable air called the life zone, where a variety of life forms have evolved. Local inhabitants have established floating colonies here as Cloud City, a popular resort and mining town. Bespin's chief and most profitable export is precious Tibanna gas that is used to power blasters and other energy weapons. Turbo laser tower defenses are 5% cheaper galaxy-wide due to Bespin's Tibanna supplies. Pretty useful. Definitely cannot go wrong with 5% cheaper things. This should be a pretty simple battle. What should I use? Ooh, we can actually test out the Recusant refits in this. This won't be a like super detailed testing because they're just going to go after these space stations most likely. I'm actually going to bring them in.
Shot from there. I'll get there.
So as you can see, they already look beefier. They've got like a level of an underbelly that'll provide some more armor.
We're on our way.
They're probably pretty fast, I would assume. No, only 200 speed, not very fast at all.
Yes, Commander.
You guys go ahead and deal some damage to them. I'm gonna bring in my Magnator over here.
Don't blow up.
Let's get some more fighters just because I don't want to lose that aggressor unit. The aggressors definitely won't lose to these Storm 4s, as we discovered in the last episode. The Storm 4s necessarily aren't very good. We also did get the Piracy Corruption. Pretty sure I did that on camera. Yeah, these things are slow as crap. Holy crap. They have the same speed as a Magnator. Holy cow. You guys can be my group 1. Can I activate that automatically? I wonder if that'll actually work, because I don't micromanage nearly enough when I'm recording to have that.
What is your order?
Never forget about the guard button. You can have the guard. Press guard on a unit and they'll just fly along with it and kind of protect it. It's not the best thing in the world, but if you're micromanaging these guys over here, you don't have to worry about it too much. What are your flak weapons? Like 4 laser cannons, 4 heavy 2-burst dual laser cannons, and that's it. So we can see just how useful those laser cannons are. Yeah, the laser cannons are deadly enough to kill off some Storm 4s slowly. They've got 1 Tibanna gas. Yeah, this Tibanna gas refinery is about to get lit up. So just like that, those Tibanna gas refineries are about to get absolutely destroyed. Once they get in range, that's the problem. They have to get in range. And keep in mind, they have horrible speed. So as I've said previously, the best way to use a lot of close range units in this game is to bring them in straight out of hyperspace, right on top of the enemy. And that is true for these Recusants as well. That was actually not a Tibanna gas refinery. That was one of those capturable buildings.
What do you need?
They also appear to be broadside units, these Recusants, so make sure that you bring them in to fight off units from the side. So if you're going to bring them in, make sure to bring them in where their sides are facing the enemy, not head-on. There's another important detail. We'll bring in some CR-95s to escort, as well as maybe like a hard cell, just in case they like bomb it or something.
We're heading out.
Holy cow, what is... oh, nothing. Yeah, that bolt cruiser just does not stand a chance. I'm not even going to have them select that. You are doing pretty good. Also, what the heck happened to you guys? I said to guard this thing. I wonder if maybe I hit the guard
Escorting.
on like an area and not the actual ship. I'm not sure exactly. So yeah, as you can see, the guard ability is... I'm assuming Awakening Rebellion developers haven't even touched the guard ability, and it's literally just the raw Empire at War Forces of Corruption ability. Because like I said, the abilities are very rough.
There'll be nothing left but
What abilities do y'all have? brace for impact. That's pretty good. That is actually really good, especially for bringing them right out of hyperspace, which is very typical of these units. We're also going to be able to kill off some technology for them, which is nice. Doing pretty good. Alright, let's push all of you guys forward to take out the whole of this unit. Except you guys. Group 1, go after these fighters. Let's get some CR-90s up here. Maybe like some curling gunboats. I don't know how these curling gunboats haven't died. I thought I lost one of them, but maybe not. Could always bring in a mine layer. I'll use the mine layers. I just haven't really yet. But there is your testing of the recusants, refit recusants. Like I said, the real way to use them is to sneak a unit past the enemy, at least just sensor rangely speaking, and then bring them in behind the enemy, close range to where they can just immediately start pounding them. So we'll have a better example of that later on. And with the destruction of that space battle, we are going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. I might actually wait off camera and use some of these units for that battle so that we can have them showcased. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. After we take these two planets, I honestly don't know where I'm going to go from here. I might start going north. Actually, I'll probably start attacking these rebel units up here and circle up this way. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching. And they took Order Plutonium. Yeah, they took that last episode. See ya.